Greetings and salutations, fellow cinephiles and YouTube peeps. Are you ready for some rest and relaxation? I hope so, because we're getting into it tonight. You ever feel like the universe is trying to tell you something? Like it wants you to do something? I get that from movies all the time. Like there's a little kernel of an inkling to watch something, but I just can't seem to get there on my own. So the universe starts peppering me with recommendations. I'm looking at Olympus Has Fallen this week, and I'm like, oh, I love Gerard Butler. And then Mansfield Park comes on, and I'm looking at Johnny Lee Miller and Justine Waddell. And then Timeline comes on, and there's Gerard Butler again. And I'm thinking, I haven't watched Dracula 2000 in a hot minute. Like, I can recall 2 instances where I've actually watched it in the theater back in 2000, which, by the way, I'll at some point in this reaction recall the time that I went to the movie theater and saw that movie. Was quite possibly one of the top 5 best viewings of my life. And then I think I watched it again, like was it? Yeah, it was like in the late aughts when Obama was president. That was the last time. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I think I want to get into it for this because I love Wes Craven when he's out of pocket. Like, Scream is the thing, and then Nightmare on Elm Street. He's got his franchises, but when he decides to go off, like take an off ramp and try something else, Cursed, People Under the Stairs, anything he's done that's been outside of Scream has actually been pretty cool to look at because you still recognize the signatures of how he makes his movies. So it's still a good time. And Gerard Butler was such a choice. This dude, up until like 1997, was studying law. He was a lawyer. And then he got a couple of parts in some like big movies like Tomorrow Never Dies, and then he did Mrs. Brown, and then he did Tale of the Mummy, right? And then he got someone's attention, the right person's attention, and they grabbed him for this TV movie on Attila the Hun. And all of a sudden, Wes is like, that's my dude. This is the dude I'm going to use to make my movie. I'm going to get my Dracula movie done. This dude has charisma and Riz for days, Riz for years. If you've seen any of his movies where he's opposite a woman, Riz. And I don't even use that word, but I know that it applies. He's literally 2 days and 10 years older than me. I'm November 15th. He's November 13th. He's 1969. I'm 1979. We're both Scorpios, so you know what that means? It means he's a freak. I'm just kidding. Allegedly. Nevertheless, I am really looking forward to getting into this movie. I can't wait to share my thoughts. I can't wait to see what my thoughts are. It's been a long time. If you enjoy this reaction, I would ask you to please like, subscribe if you want to see me again. And yeah, let's get into it. So excited. This is a fun cast. Okay, so they got 7 of 9, Thomas from Save the Last Dance, Lachlan Monroe from White Chicks, and Omar Epps. Okay, so we got a lot of familiar names, which is fun. They kind of did the same thing they did with Scream. They grabbed some real popular names at the time who were doing projects that everybody pretty much knew from TV or other movies, and they made a movie out of it. I enjoy this. There's some other things about this story that I enjoy a lot too, like the origin of this Dracula, where he comes from. I tend to really be into religious themed horror. So if you get like an Exorcist 3, The Omen, Rosemary's Baby, anything that has to do with like horror and the Bible hits with me. I even like the Pope's Exorcist. And I know that a lot of people out there did too. I don't think the Rotten Tomato score is too terrible, but I do know that people liked that movie, and I loved that movie. I don't think I've ever enjoyed Russell Crowe more than I did with that movie, but I digress. We're in Dracula right now. I'm a focus. I promise. I'm a focus. I'm focused. Oh, the Demeter, just like they wrote in the book. Bram Stoker's Dracula is a great book to read for the sincere fact that it's not necessarily a horror story, but it's also an epic love story. So if you want to get into the origins of Dracula, Bram Stoker's tale, Please take the time to read that book. I promise you won't be disappointed. It will probably haunt you in the best way. Half the people that worked on Scream worked on this movie too. Patrick Lussier? Heck yeah. See, you got the same principles in the crew to kind of keep that tapestry in focus, the way that the movie looks and the dutchings of the angles, all of the production value that you get with Scream is here, which is why I'm so glad this movie exists. It's real fun too. Everybody seems to cast people very well in vampire movies who look like they would fit the aesthetic of a vampire. Like they gotta have the right kind of overbite to support the teeth so it doesn't look hokey. It's always interesting to me how they always seem to get the right people to do that. Anybody ever fired a crossbow? I've done a bow and arrow, which is not the same thing. It's like a very different kind of torque. But if you've ever fired a crossbow, tell me in the comments. Tell me what that's like. What did you do it for? Why do you have a crossbow? No judgment. I'm just curious. I love Christopher Lee. My favorite performance of his is probably something very off the beaten path. He did a movie called Wolf, where he plays this really rich guy. He's Michelle Pfeiffer's father. And he's so aloof and assholery that it's just a really fun performance. That entire movie is fun. It almost feels like a play, but it's done in a different way because it's, a film. If you get a chance to see Wolf with Jack Nicholson, Michelle Pfeiffer, James Mother freaking Spader, and Christopher Plummer, please do. That's a great Halloween movie to watch. Where is this? In London. Does anybody know where this is in London? I'd like to know. I'm curious, because this shows up in other movies, too, so it must be a central location. Ooh, Carfax? Oh. It's not Carfax Abbey, is it? No, that's a house. I'm confused. Look at Omar. Okay, so Scream 2 was in 97, 98. So he got killed in Scream 2, spoilers. And then he got this attachment. He got this assignment from Wes. That's nice. A longer role. Yeah, you want to use Omar Epps. There's some serious gravitas there. Plus, he's funny. I remember him being funny in this movie. I can't remember exactly where it is, but I remember laughing at something that he says. So I'm looking forward to remembering what that was. At least they're not killing anybody. They're literally just putting people out. Let them get fired. Snuff out their torches, not their lives. Anybody play chess? I'm really disappointed in myself. I only know how to play checkers, and quite badly, in fact. Is chess hard to learn? Is it like something you can't learn at an older age, like trying to start the piano after turning 30? I would like to know, because I'd like to learn how to play chess. I feel like there's some really important strategy lessons in it. Ew. Oh, yeah, for the fingerprint. Stop it. They came prepared. If someone takes the time to lock something like this up behind, what? With fingerprint, eyeball, like an industrial grade lock on a safe, I'm thinking whatever's in there should probably stay in there. I don't know if it should be coming out. If it were money, they'd put it in a safe deposit box. But this is taking a lot. Maybe rethink your choices if you're having to go through all of these different methods of penetration. Penetration was not... You're not very good at your job if you're not aware of what's in there. Like, even to have like a semblance of what it is that you're trying to get your hands on, there should be some understanding. I have never been this disinterested in going down a dark tunnel with now a skeleton with funny teeth. Yeah, let's continue down this dark tunnel on our own. That's a good idea. Ooh, that's like Salem's Lot type vampires. Even Lost Boys, I think, had the two front-facing fangs. Okay, so she did understand that something of importance was in there, but do some more recon. Oh, Lord. Is that how she convinced you to go down here? Fool. You ever seen a leech in real life? I don't think I've ever seen a leech in real life, and I'm really happy about that. I don't ever want to be in a position where I actually see a leech in real life. I know, right? If you feel something's amiss, it's time to bounce. Be like Benny in The Mummy. It's a curse. Be there. I've seen enough. I think we made a mistake. We might have miscalculated about what we were coming for down here. I'm sorry. We should go. I'll validate. In a silver-lined coffin covered with crosses. I'm sorry. Why are we still down here? That's a reach. Even if it is, why chance it? There's a chance you're not prepared for what's in there. No. Someone refuse. Yeah, I'm out. You open it. Ooh, 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 ooh. There goes red shirt. Okay, well, it was a choice. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I can only imagine. You live hundreds of years, you think you're doing everything that you're supposed to keep everything baseline, and then that alarm goes off, and you know that all hell is about to break loose, and you're not as young as you used to be. I can't imagine what his brain is going through right now. Now, how the hell is he doing that? It's not his. Oh, it is his coffin. Is it his coffin, or is it his prison? I mean, I would think the only reason that the coffin knows to do that is because of the person that's in it is the one who made it. So maybe it is his coffin. I'm not working this hard to open a coffin, folks. I'm not. I would have hauled ass out while the smoke was clearing. What happened to Buster? Where'd he go? I know that's right. Let's go. Oh, she got jokes. You crazy. You carry it. He didn't even care about the body on the door. He's like, whatever, obviously. Yes, that's me every Monday morning. Oh, you ever been to New Orleans? It's on my bucket list. I've got to go when it's like at the height of something. I just don't know when that's going to be. But, ooh, okay. Okay. With the prolonged eye contact. You know, another movie that has a vampire in it that does this exact scene is Monster Squad. That's a fun movie. If you've never seen the Monster Squad, great movie from the 80s. She really quit her job for that coffin. She really quit her job so that she could hoist a lead-lined coffin, and she doesn't even know what's in it. If you saw blood trailing into the coffin earlier, which I think they did, why would you do anything that would allow for you to be cut and bleed into the coffin again? Again, with the stupidity. And I'm not leaning on said coffin either. In fact, I'm stepping across the room. I don't need to stay there. Yeah, I'm out. The room is looking different. Nothing has happened to make it look different except for what's going on there. I'm out. Can we please leave the room? Nah, son. Although the fit is actually pretty sweet. I'm loving the black cloak. He looks like Angel. Black jacket, a little bit of spike underneath with the tight fitted black shirt and the black pants, and then the Angel jacket with the long. Oh yeah, that's gonna look good on the guy in the coffin. I wouldn't fish around the body, bro. You got something good. Just take that instead. What if there's another? He's got traditional things. Your partner was in there, and now your partner's not there. Go back outside. This is not very African American of you. I am disappointed. I don't think it's important to stay in the room. The room is compromised. You're in the room alone and you have no weapon. Your partner's not there. He's not answering you. Go and tell the other two what's going on and lock the door. We can wait until we land to discuss this. There's a coffin in the middle of the room, bro. Ooh. Ooh, he had a fun time. Ah, ah. Yeah, turbulence. Sexy turbulence. Oh, hello, gorgeous. Ooh, look at him. Don't look at me like that. No. I might forget that I was afraid. Oh, oh my God. This is one thing about vampires I am not cool with. The thrall. He took her agency away. She's literally in the midst of it. He just grabs her and she turns into a snack without even having a choice. Why is it just her? Why didn't he get pulled into the thrall? Why did you want her and not him? I don't like it. I feel it. I don't like it. Oh God. Just having been having been bitten by a dog before in a very vulnerable part of my face, I can only imagine what it must be like to have whole ass teeth into your neck and you're not expecting it. It's probably that much more heightened and painful. You ever sleepwalk? Anybody here ever sleepwalk before? Found yourself in a different part of the house than when you laid down? I imagine this must have been something like that. She was screaming and we didn't see it, but apparently it must have been pretty loud because she came in there to check on her. It's so funny how vampires are always so freaking hot. No wonder they, get as far as they do. But if they looked a certain way, they probably wouldn't make as much headway. Or they'd have to work in anonymity a little bit more. Because nobody's walking towards you. But when you look like Gerard Butler, yeah, you're going to carry a couple of bodies. You're just going to walk up to you. If I would have done this at night, there might have been an argument there to go in the morning. Although I guess if he had waited till morning, they probably would have all woken up and were probably out wreaking havoc the night before. So then he'd feel guilty about that. I also just don't know about, he must have gone straight there from the airport too. Okay. Where's the law enforcement? Why are we not covering this site? Why are there not people here? I appreciate that they're not doing anything like dramatic with like the facial prosthetics to indicate vampirism. It's very subtle. Homie, you now know that something is afoot. He's chiming you in. He's cluing you in. You need to just get with the program. Vampires are real and you now have a weapon. You really needed him to reiterate that after what you just saw? I'm going to take it with a grain of salt because I don't want to die. So you tell me I need to shoot? Shooting is what I'm going to do. Ooh, nice. I don't know if the neck is the best place to put the arrow, though. Oh, good. Ew, girl. Do it! Do it! What's with the hesitation? Take the head!
Go ahead. Cut me. Won't you?
Oh! You got hit when you collected him. That blood went into your blood, and then you had a daughter. That's why they really are connected. You screwed that girl over. Wait. I gotta pause this. Okay. I distinctly remember when I went to the movie theater to see this, it was opening night. Actually, yeah, it was Friday night. It was Friday night. And the showing I went to was an 11:30 show. Me and my friends thought it would be minimal people in there. The place was packed and everyone, I mean everybody, was lit in some form or fashion. Now, we were kids and we were pretty boring, so we weren't lit. But the fact that this theater was packed full of people in a very spirited mood, when that scene happened and that dude screamed like that, it was so loud and so it was probably one of the better moments I've ever had in a movie before. And from there on out, the commentary usually is pretty annoying when people talk in the theater, but the commentary that came out of the theater from that point on was joyous. It was probably the best audience experience of my life. And for that reason alone, I will forever advocate for going to the movies to see films in person with audiences. Sometimes the worst movies can be the best times because others are there and you're having the most enjoyable one-off experience that will literally never be duplicated again. Please support local movie theaters. Please go to the movies. See it with as many people as you can because it's the best experience in the world. Are you for real? This man came to your job looking for your friend. You have no preconceived notion of who he is, and you just invited him in. Came here to see your friend, and you invited him into your house to try and mac on him? Go ahead and bite her. You're breaking girl code. Go ahead and bite her. I'm done. Her name is Lucy. She's done anyway. Having a good time. I don't blame you, Omar. Go all in. It's camp. Might as well. If your kick can send him flying across the room, then that punch should have taken his head off. I don't like you throwing this old man. Oh, Jesus. Landed on his head. Even if you don't bleed him, he's still probably dead anyway. Wood? Yes. Bat? No. We need to whittle it. Can you whittle it? Whittle it just a little bit. You know, get that just a little sharp edge. Just a little sharp edge. What are you prepared to do exactly? Like, you don't have a bat requires close quarters contact. I don't want to get close at all. I'm not sure I would even care to know. If the annoying ringer of the phone is one thing, yes, you've done that. Now you can leave the room. I'm not sure you need to stay. Obviously something happened here and you're not prepared. Oh, it's the crest on the ring. Oh, that's her daddy. We know because of the crest on the ring. We saw it earlier. Ooh, her fangs are extraordinary. Nice work. I love this. I love this. It makes absolutely no sense. It's absurd, but I love it. Yes. Give me the red. Give me the red. This is fetching. Ooh, you better work. Boy, they're really pulling out all the stops. All the guises. He gets the bats, the wolf. Do we get rats? Now it's just you. I swear to God, it makes no sense. You've got this young, able-bodied guy who obviously adores you and is sticking to you like glue and wants to help. You don't take time to train him for the eventuality that you might not be here anymore? That's a flaw in the reasoning. Damn straight. You know what you gotta do. The hell you're not. I know that's right. I think you are. That's probably why he kept you away from this. He knows you would have spent the rest of your life trying to fix it. No, I wouldn't think that's the first avenue that you have to go down. I would think that's a last resort. I love this aspect. This is so smart. I love this so much. The librarian Curse of the Judas Chalice also went down this path. And I like it very much because it gives it grounding in something that I strongly believe. Not that I'm saying that Judas was a vampire, but just the idea makes sense when you play it through. How Judas was hung, what kind of tree he was hung from, what it was that he used to betray Christ. It's all just makes sense when you actually play it through. And I love that they went this way. It was so smart. Ooh. He said, get the F out of here with that. How's your faith, buddy? Is it strong? Ooh, that's fun. He's not here for you. He came for her, and you left her alone. Just the best backdrops for these scenes. Like all these little places in New Orleans, these hallmarks of the city are making their way into this movie, and it is glorious. It's such a contemporary, upgrade from the traditional Dracula garb, but it fits into this narrative, this 2000 glossy new century narrative. It works. I love it. Such a good look. Ew. I remember this. I don't want to see it, but I have to see it because I'm watching for a reaction. Don't pull it out. Oh, I like it. How did you get that jacket to do that? You didn't have that much tether. Whatever. It's great. This movie's great. You're all drunk and you don't care about what's going on around you. No spatial awareness. There are vampires afoot. Oh. This is the part where you fall down. Oh. Okay, well, she got the drop on you because you were admiring your work too long. I wonder if what happens if he had taken it out. Would it have been like undoing it? Are you gonna have to bite me to do it? Oh no. She kind of prepared herself for this. She said in order to get through it, you'd have to probably take death in. So I guess she kind of prepared herself for it. It's all good. It's just the bite, right? As far as we know, the rules still apply. You're not actually full vampire until you make your first kill. So she can have the bite and get the story. Let's get the story. Let's find out more information so we can do something about this permanently. Ooh. Ooh. So that's why he hates silver, because he accepted 30 pieces of silver to snitch on Jesus. And he was hung from an aspen tree, which is why the wood for stakes. Boy, that makes sense when they do it like that. I hope it's not sacrilegious to enjoy it like this. Ooh, Wes, you better work. Work! Oh my God, so pretty. So the rope broke, and he couldn't die after that. And he just went around from 33 BC on, just biting people, and nobody noticed. Well, somebody noticed. Yeah, and the bitch just took your head off. Ooh! Ooh! Double tap! Well done! Oh, yes! Yes! For your daddy! Oh! Ooh. Good job! Oh! I mean, he is the OG of that, so... It was a nice ruse, though. Well played. He had to play into it, too. Oh! Nice! She's not worried about... Who cares about physics right now? I got as much power as you do. Let him know, girl. Ooh, ouch. Come on, girl, get up. Yes. Ooh, okay, she's having a good time. Go, Jennifer. I thought you cared about her. Can't be throwing her into crosses and still expecting that she's gonna be like, you know what? We just had a fight. It's our first fight. Oh, I love it. I love it. Hanging while looking up at Jesus. Ooh, I love it. Are you even trying to hold her? Is this a choice? Are you letting her go? You did let her go, you spiteful witch! He let her go, and then he released her, so he gave her back her life at the end. You see? Ask. Ask. Once you ask, all is forgiven. That's kind of the point. And he's like, thank you. Finally. Bro, you could have done this. You could have done this a long time ago. Nobody's going to look up about the burning body that's hanging from a cross. Nobody has questions.
I know who I am.
Yes, purpose.
And where my future lies.
Shh. I am my father's daughter.
And nothing can ever take that away.
Uh-oh. Ooh. Uh-oh. She still got a little bit of the... That was a good time. I'm so glad we did that. It's such a fun movie. I love the theme. I love the cinematography. I love the choices in terms of the setting. New Orleans is a great place to have this movie take place. I love the casting. Mwah, it's perfect casting. Everything about this movie is fantastic. I am so glad I got a chance to watch this as an adult. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Please remember to like, subscribe, and leave your comments. I can't wait to read them. And I hope that you have a tremendous week. And please, where you can, be the reason someone smiles today. Adios, muchachos.